Hi, I'm Rob from B&H, and in this video, we're going to take a look at Mackie's Onyx series of FireWire recording mixers. These mixers offer the excellent sound and features that we've come to expect from Mackie mixers, and the FireWire ports means that these mixers are also audio interfaces. If you're looking for one platform to deliver a live sound mix and record to your DAW at the same time, one of the models we've got here today, the 820i, the 1220i, or the 1620i might just be the ticket. These models are compatible with all major digital audio workstations, including Pro Tools, Logic, Sonar, and many more. Let's start with the smallest model, the Onyx 820i. I'm recording the audio for our podcast using the 820i and Pro Tools 9 to give you an idea of how it works. The 820i has 8 inputs, 3 with Onyx mic pre's for excellent headroom and optional 48 volts phantom power for your microphones. These first 2 channels offer inserts, so if you want to put a compressor on your incoming vocal or guitar to even out your levels, boom, it's right here, easily accessible. My lav mic is plugged into input 2 here, and I've patched it into the ART Pro VLA II compressor leveler on the insert. The 8 inputs are routed directly to the 8-channel FireWire bus after the gain knob. So all I have to do is dial up the gain, then I go over here to my track on my DAW, have it look at input 2, and voila, here's the signal. Now an important thing to keep in mind is that the feed from the channel to the FireWire bus happens before these volume knobs and mute buttons. These controls are only for our monitors, and that's great because it means that we can set our levels to the DAW with the gain knobs and freely adjust our monitor mix with these volume knobs without messing up our tracking levels. To get the best levels to your DAW, don't be afraid to crank up the gain knobs to a healthy tracking level by looking at the meters on your software and the red clip light on the mixer channel. Ideally, you'll want to see signal levels between plus 10 and plus 20 dB, as plus 22 dB analog is 0 on your digital meter. The clip light is going to come on a dB or 2 before it actually clips at 22 dB, so you can tickle the light a little bit without actually clipping. I recorded our audio levels today with extra headroom at levels of about plus 6 to plus 10 dB. Another smart touch on the 820i and other Onyx mixers is this pre and post button on the Perkins EQ. Pressing the button sends my EQs to the FireWire bus to get recorded, while leaving it out means the EQ is only in the monitors and isn't recorded on the DAW track. The 820i also has 2 aux sends that can be used in different ways. One common use for the aux send is to create a separate monitor mix for our vocalist with a very loud vocal level so she can hear herself. Aux output 1 can feed her onstage monitor, and I create the mix using my aux 1 sends. Now let's say I want some reverb. I can patch in an outboard reverb like this Alesis Nano Verb on aux send 2 and bring the stereo return back to stereo aux return 2. This is a pretty straightforward way to get some verb in my mix, especially for vocalists, and by doing this in the analog realm, I don't have to worry about latency. But let's say the only person who wants to hear the verb is the singer. It helps her get her pitch right, but the band's not really into it. Press this button and aux 2 return is removed from the main mix and routed to aux 1, where I created the special monitor mix for my diva vocalist. If you want to route the aux sends on the 820i to a plug-in effect in your DAW, no problem. This button sends aux 1 and 2 to inputs 5 and 6 on the FireWire bus. So now I can go to Pro Tools, create a new aux input track, then have it look at input 5, and then insert a reverb on that channel. Now, any channel on the mixer I want to send to the DAW's reverb gets there via aux send 1. That's pretty slick. Notice that when I want to hear the return of my effect from the DAW, I can engage this input button, which routes outputs 1 and 2 from my DAW to stereo channel 7 and 8. If I don't want to lose this channel for an effect return, I can hit this FireWire 1-2 button and then hit this button to assign it to the main mix. Very smart. Being able to use stereo channel 7 and 8 to monitor my DAW through FireWire means that if I want to overdub to the DAW, I can easily get a blend of my vocal or instrument and the track without the hassles of on-screen DSP mixing. Or I can use this channel for a virtual instrument. Another great feature on the Onyx 820i is this handy little button that assigns the main mix to FireWire inputs 7 and 8 on your DAW. So for example, if your band is playing a live gig, this is a simple way to record the set to the computer, then you can burn the CDs of the show right away. Now so far we've been looking at the 820i, but let's take a quick look at the 1220i and the 1620i models. The 1220i is very similar, but as you may have surmised, it gives you 12 inputs. 4 mono channels and 4 stereo faders, with 4 Onyx mic pre's, and now instead of knobs, we get 60mm faders for our channels and master. We've still got 2 aux sends, but there's no buttons on the 1220i to route our auxes or main mix to the FireWire bus. Instead, the auxes are automatically routed to FireWire 11 and 12, while the main mix shows up at FireWire 15 and 16. With the Onyx 1620i, we have, you guessed it, 16 inputs, 8 of which feature Onyx mic pre's, inserts, and 2 sweepable mid EQs in addition to the fixed low and high EQs. Also, the 1620i gives us 4 aux sends to work with now instead of just 2. So now you can create additional foldback mixes for your musicians and send to more effects. Like the other models, the 1620i features a handy talkback section with a built-in microphone that you can route to either headphones or the auxes. Also, like the other models, the 1620i has 2 high Z buttons on the first 2 inputs, eliminating the need for a direct box when you plug in a guitar or bass. I should mention also the Onyx 1640i model, which we don't have with us today, but here is a beautiful screenshot. The 1640i offers a few more bells and whistles, including Onyx mic pre's on all 16 channels, 6 aux sends, 4 subgroups, metering on every channel, and more. So hopefully that gives you an idea of what these Mackie Onyx FireWire recording mixers have to offer. For solo performers or podcasters, the small 820i may be a perfect fit. If you need additional inputs for your performers, consider stepping up to the 1220i. For larger band setups, the additional inputs on the 1620i and the 1640i models will let you mic up a full drum kit and leave room for other instruments. All these models are great for handling a live sound mix while simultaneously recording to your computer. For more information on these Mackie Onyx FireWire recording mixers or any of our other pro audio solutions, visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City Superstore. Thanks for watching.